Welcome to the Mandcave, the only podcast hosted by two best friends with nothing in common except their first names. I'm Mandy Kaplan.
And I'm Andy Fabian, and every week we get together to test the limits of our patience and our friendship by arguing over movies and books and television and all the latest trends and all of Mandy's dumb ideas. So grab a couch. Let's get to it.
Wait a minute, cut this shit.
So those who are subscribed, who pay $5 a month at mandcave.com/Fandy.
Thank you.
I just got that right up front.
Nice.
They just got a real behind the scenes sense of how this works.
Yeah. Well, not every week, but yeah, fair enough. To be fair, I was with you for a while. We were chatting on the phone, right?
Yes.
And then I was listening to last week's podcast, which I very rarely do, but I was enjoying it so much, listening to Catfishing Your Dad.
Very rarely listen to our podcast. Great.
No, I do, but I very rarely wake up and listen to it right before we record. So to be honest, in a way, I was already working.
You're sick of me already, is what you're saying.
No, I just forgot that I had to pick one thing. And I don't know about you. And I would be curious to hear from our Fandies. Is anybody else having that horrible thing? There's so much content and stuff that you watch something and literally 10 minutes later, you're like, what did I watch? I can't remember.
Every morning I wake up and I go, what? I know we sat on the couch. I know we watched 2 episodes of something. Right. And it takes me a long time to go through what we've been watching and what we watched. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's called dementia. I don't think it has anything to do with too much content.
I wonder if it's dementia or just the fact that there's 950 shows. I was at a party recently, not to brag.
Go ahead, say it. Say it.
Oh,
what kind of party?
Well, last night I was at the night before parties for the Emmys. That was pretty great. Yeah, that's a very special, fun party.
48 seconds into the podcast and she dropped the Emmys. Got it.
Whatever. Right. Just going today. No big deal. That's not where I was having this conversation, but it was literally this is the new conversation. Oh, have you seen The Bear? No. Have you seen The Strangler? No, I haven't watched that. Where's that? Oh, that's on Apple. Oh. Mm-hmm. Did you watch The Great? No, I don't watch that. For 8 minutes, this is what a group of 4 adults had to say to each other. Nobody had similar shows.
Well, that's what we do on this podcast.
Yeah.
Right? That's where we're at. Everyone is watching all these things all the time. And I'm going to do a public service announcement for our listeners. Don't watch Bad Sister. It's just not good.
Okay.
It's not good. And now I have to finish it. But it's not good. Is that what you were going to assign me?
You're killing me. Yes, that is the thing that I picked that I was going to have you watch.
We already talked about that, though.
I know, but I want to see it. And I wanted to talk about it on the podcast. But I'll tell you what, because of your public service announcement, I will switch it up. I did have a backup.
Okay,
no,
sorry.
It's no big deal. I just have no idea about my backup. But thematically, it's really good. It works for who I am.
Did you watch it yet, Bad Sister?
No.
Is that the one? Because you said there was something but you'd watched it already. I didn't know if that was it.
Oh, no. I
just want it to be good, and it's not. So spare yourselves.
Yeah. I could
watch
assign you the thing that I've watched recently, which I think you will enjoy or not. And I'd be very curious to talk to you about it. So I am going to assign that. I will talk about that later. Well,
let's see how this goes, because if I'm a dick today, then you might.
Yeah,
there might be a secret too there in my future. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. No. I have not had a chance to watch it because I went to a music festival this weekend.
Oh, do tell.
Oh, yeah. Off the grid. No phone, no internet.
Sounds like hell.
It's like sleeping in cabins in the woods.
It's getting worse.
It was amazing. Outdoor stages, lots of bees. It's like the best artists you've never heard of. The best bands you've never heard of is what I'm going to say.
Do you know how much plastic I had to use and throw away to compensate for that this weekend?
I will tell you.
It's a lot.
I drove a gasoline vehicle up there and back.
Oh.
That's how much I love this festival, that I'm willing to drive a gasoline-powered vehicle to get there.
Did you take your truck?
No, I took Patrick's car.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he's still way behind me in terms of being a good person.
Yep.
Yeah. So, no, we took the Highlander. It was just me and my girls. We wrote songs and sang harmonies together. And
I love it.
Yeah, it was really fun. I had a great time. But the Bear, I should plug it. The Bear Music Fest, BEAR. It's at the Berkeley Alumni Family Camp. It's called the Lair of the Bear. Real cute. Lots of blue and gold.
Lots of beef sandwiches in close up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Different bear, but sure. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was great. I can't wait to play you some of these artists. Like I'm going to trap you in a room and make you listen to them because I think you're really going to enjoy them. The Collection was my favorite band. They're so good.
Okay.
Yeah. Check them out.
So are these bands you don't know whatsoever and then you just head up and get introduced to them, or are they some you knew?
So I didn't know if I was going to get to go because I don't know if I mentioned the Emmys. We're going to the Emmys. And Patrick had all these parties he had to go to leading up to the Emmys. And so he didn't get to go. But I went anyway. And but because I didn't know if the whole trip was even going to happen, I didn't.
Because of the Emmys.
Because the Emmys. I didn't check out ahead of time the band. So it was a surprise. But a lot of times it's fun to just be surprised. And let me tell you, the Brothers Footman. Okay. Man, if we had been single.
Yeah.
The Brothers Footman, I feel, could have changed our lives.
Oh, I mean, our first orgy? Or second. That's a story for a different day.
It would have been the last because it would have been memorable. Four brothers singing in 4-part harmony, raised in Indiana. Like, oh my God, they were the sexiest guys.
That's Hanson, but one better.
Oh, yeah. They were hot, young, black, singing. They were incredible. Yeah. I don't know how young, actually. I'm assuming something, but they're great.
Right. I'm assuming legal. Let's say legal so we can talk about them this way.
What is legal anyway in Indiana, which is where they're from? You know what I mean?
Sure. As you know, another one of our lovely differences is I only like to go see live music when I know the band and I know the words and I know the singer. I don't like to just take in music I don't know because I'm a brat.
That's crazy.
I know.
I mean, it's not crazy. It's just, I get it because you want to be able to sing along the whole time. Right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Have you
have that feeling of like, oh, I love this one. Oh God, they're going to play this one. Like that's what I love about live music.
Do you like improv shows?
Yes.
See, because I think of it as an improv show, like where someone starts a song and I'm like, wow, this song is good. And then I hear a lyric and I'm like, are you kidding me? And then it just keeps going.
Improv shows are funny. I like funny. So I would go see Weird Sal, like a funny musician I didn't know. I would go see that.
Weird Sal.
Yeah.
Is that like the Catskills version of Weird Al?
Yep. She is.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, I thought there was a real Weird Sal all of a sudden. I was like, wow, didn't know. Never heard of her.
I feel maybe a YouTube series for myself coming on where I play Weird Sal.
I would be your first subscriber.
Oh,
yeah, definitely.
That's so sweet.
Maybe that's what. Yeah, go ahead. What'd you do?
I watched Bad Sister and I hate it.
Fair enough.
I was going to dive in because two people somewhat trapped in a room together is what we are right now, and that's what the show we watched is.
Yep.
And but it is from.
You're calling a mulligan. You got to explain to the people from last week we didn't watch Drop Dead Gorgeous.
Oh, you're right. I forgot.
Yeah.
Okay, so we tried to watch Drop Dead Gorgeous. It is not streaming anywhere.
Nope.
And those shame on you, universe.
Yeah.
That's really shameful.
I should have tried to email the director to get a link. That would have been very inside Hollywood, wouldn't it have?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You could be like, before the Emmys, let me get, I forgot. So I called an Audible and we watched The Patient on Hulu, which has dropped 3 episodes created by the amazing guys who created The Americans, Joel Fields and Joseph Weisberg.
Oh, I
love The Americans so deeply. And this stars Steve Carell as a therapist. And I don't know if I say his name correctly. Domhnall Gleeson as a psychopathic serial killer who kidnaps Steve Carell, keeps him in his basement, and makes him try to cure him. Pete, could you play as much of the trailer as you think will be entertaining and informative for the people?
So, what can I help you with, G? I'm not content. I get angry. That's the sort of thing you help people with, right?
Yes. My whole life, I have been trying to figure myself out so I can help other people understand themselves so they can have good relationships. And here I am.
Time to get back into therapy?
I want you. I want the expert. I'm not normal. I need to get better.
Anyone who has come this far, who has made the choice to come to therapy and keep hammering away at the hard things, they can be helped.
But I have got bigger problems. I have a compulsion to kill people. So should I tell you more about my life?
There it is. Even though I think I just summed it up pretty well.
You did
it's
a great
It's a straightforward
job.
pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're back to playing the trailer again. I love it.
The listener who I said, "Oh, I think we're not supposed to play the trailer." That person was like, "No, I love when you play the trailer." So I don't know if I messed it up or it was a different person, but I think it's just informative.
We need to have a conference call with our listeners. You know, like a nice Zoom call.
Oh, we could do that.
I have a professional account, so we could have, enough people. We could get all the people.
That's fantastic.
Not to brag. Emmys. Anyway.
So the show starts with a moment that I am wondering if you've ever experienced. Have you ever woken up and not known where you were?
Yeah, but he didn't have vomit or the smell of tequila on him. So
okay,
that's the difference. It was
the difference.
Only slightly different.
Yes. Steve Carell opens his eyes, rolls over in bed and is like, wait a minute. These aren't my sheets. This isn't my room. I'm fully clothed.
Yeah.
Gets out of bed and he realizes he's chained to the floor, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like with a good old fashioned master locking key.
Yeah. What did you think of that first scene? I thought it was really intriguing. But in the beginning, I have to say, because Steve Carell's freaking out and he's doing his actual freak out, I'm trapped in a basement, chained up. And this just shows you what a good actor he is. To me, is very similar to his comedic, I'm freaking out, I'm trapped in a basement. Like his, the way he yells. I was laughing, actually, because I was like, it sounds, and I actually wrote down, I miss funny Steve Carell, because it was so funny to me as he was freaking out. And then, but then he wasn't, it was not funny. Then I was actually thinking,
it's not funny.
Oh God. How would I act? Like, how long would it take me to get to that long freak out stage of, oh my God, how did I get here? And why am I chained to a bed?
Right.
Aside from the obvious choices. Hey-o, brothers footman. That's an invitation.
Yeah. Chains included. I love him as a dramatic actor. And I agree. I'd like to see him in another comedy soon. He is too funny to waste that talent.
Yeah.
But I think he's very, very good. I don't have that confusion with him, or like when he was freaking out, I felt a visceral reaction of like, oh my God, this poor man.
Yeah.
Like he's being held captive. And yeah. And then we essentially flash back to his captor, Domhnall Gleeson.
Oh yeah. Wait.
And how they met in therapy. Now, a guy who wears a trucker hat and sunglasses in therapy throughout all his sessions. Nothing fishy there.
Did you catch on right away that he was going to be, there was going to be something about his character? Because they show him with a few patients.
Oh, is that how that worked? I mean, I think I just knew that he was the kidnapper because they're the two stars of the show.
Oh, okay. So I didn't know anything about the show. When you assigned it to me, I was like, great, going in totally fresh. I knew Steve Carell was in it, but I didn't know. And I guess I didn't recognize him. I didn't recognize him from anything else. And I'm looking actually at his...
So you are not a fan of the Peter Rabbit movies, which I've seen multiple times.
Wow, multiple times. No, I guess, I mean, I watched them. Oh, no, I think Patrick took them. I think Patrick took the kids. So no, I hadn't seen that. And I don't think I really knew this guy. I didn't know his face. Like, oh, it's that. I mean, I knew his face, but not. I didn't.
I
know
only
that he
knew
was
him from the
star.
Peter Rabbit movies, but he does a flawless American accent. I have not caught one, sound that like I always love that when you're watching a non-American try American, and then you're like, oh, there it is. I heard the Irish. Nothing. He's Irish. He sounds flawlessly American.
Yeah.
Flawless.
Yeah, I agree. And what an actor. I mean, I now want to go see anything else that he's done. He apparently wrote himself a television series called Your Bad Self, which now I'm really intrigued to see that. Because he is, maybe we should watch that. Yeah. I mean, he is beyond creepy.
Beyond.
But doesn't come across that way when you first see him in the series. Well, first of all, like, what did you...
Well, I disagree with that. But one of the things that is creepiest about him that is just a shallow observation on my part, and I apologize, the way he looks is as if he went to a county fair yesterday and got his face painted orange like a tiger and his mouth was white, and then he showered but he forgot to really wipe it off. His coloring is really off.
Wow.
His skin is like orange and his mouth is white, the surrounding parts of his mouth.
I still am going to advocate for you to get a different television.
And we're back.
This is the second or third time you've been like, and it was so dark, like really dark, like you couldn't see anything. I'm like, I think your TV's going out. I think you might want to invest. I didn't notice that. I noticed that he has a odd, like somewhere between handsome and serial killer face. I bet he would love
more towards the serial killer. Yeah.
Well, maybe it was the trucker hat. You had me at trucker hat.
Mm-hmm. And so it really is a two-hander. We do see things in flashbacks, but it is these two actors going toe-to-toe. But it feels very like, oh, they obviously made this during COVID, but I love it. And I never remember the expression about boundaries being the mother of invention, or what is that damn expression?
Oh, necessity is the mother of invention? No.
Something like that. No. Like the more parameters you put on something, the more creative you have to be.
Yes, it's not. Yeah.
And it was made during COVID. It feels like it was, but that's okay. Then you decide, then we're going to make this world really small in this one room featuring these two actors in not close-up shots or, not getting and I think we're probably in for a slate of really good, interesting psychological exploration in shows because that's what was available to people during COVID.
I have noticed that, and I'm thrilled with it because I love those movies. I mean, I love the talking and the character driven, and they have done such a good job. I mean, I don't want to spoil it for people, but I guess they'll know pretty quick that a lot of this, excuse me. Excuse me. God,
ooh, she's got the huffle in her fuffle. Here she goes.
Is that a music
She's
festival?
actually dying and I'm doing nothing about it. I'm making jokes. Two Jews walk into a bar.
Oh, wow. I really lost my train. I coughed my train of thought right out. By the way, it is necessity is the mother of invention. That is the quote.
Oh, all right.
But no, I don't think it'll be a surprise to people that it ends up, he's trapped in a basement. So it ends up being one location. And they have done a remarkable job of keeping it looking visually interesting,
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That's tough.
I don't know how much spoiling we want to do because this is a brand new show on Hulu and it's still dropping episodes. But I will say they have masterfully let you sit in an episode for 21 minutes just when it's very short episodes, 21 minutes total.
Yeah.
So just about the time you're like, I get it. He's trapped. You want him to cure you. It's tense, blah, blah, blah. They throw in a cliffhanger ending every episode that makes you go, oh, I have a very Mandy Fabian reaction to it where I'm like, oh, I can't wait till the next one. That's masterful to me.
Agreed. You said, you were like, oops, let's watch The Patient, first 3 episodes. And my first thought was, oh, come on. No way. I mean, I'm going to the music festival. I'm going to the Emmys,
I'm sorry, what was the second one?
Emmys. I'm going to the Emmys. Is this thing on? Mm-hmm. Is this thing on? No. And so I was like, I don't know about that. I would have watched 10 of them. I would have binged the whole thing. It was so, we haven't even said how we felt about it, but I loved it. I loved all of it. Every minute of it, the way it's shot, the tone, the score, the acting, the story. That the episode 3 cliffhanger is unbelievable.
Yep.
And I don't know how they're going to keep this going, but they have just come up with the most simple premise. It's the kind of thing that makes you wish you'd thought of it as a writer.
Yes, but that's that brings up a larger question, and we're not going to explore our careers on this podcast, I swear. But it is a premise we've seen before.
That. Everyone wants to hear that, man. It's what the people want.
I guess my question is, as this is a premise that we've seen before, is it like this is basically like In Therapy or many other series we've seen. So if you and I pitched this, I don't think we would sell it. People would be like, we've seen it. But it was pitched by these guys, Weisberg and Fields. And so it's like, ooh, we know what they do. We know how they tell a story. They have the equity built up.
Yes, 1,000%. They would be listening harder to someone who has sold a successful show and has made a successful show. 1,000%. That's true. That's the business aspect. But I will say, I don't think I have seen this show before. I don't think I've seen this show really, truly set in a basement. And like, there's a lot of flashback, but like, you don't see any of the violence, right? You only imagine it. So, yeah, not yet. Sorry, spoiler alert. But also, it's that hook of what the guy tells him at the end of the first episode. I don't know if we want to spoil it, but like the way that he reveals the ticking clock of the series.
Right.
I have not seen that. Like that specific thing of, I want you to cure me and there's a clock is... Well, have you seen that before?
I'm not sure about the ticking clock for this specific victim he has in mind. But the pitch, the log line on IMDb is a psychotherapist who recently lost his wife finds himself held prisoner by a serial killer with an unusual request to curb his homicidal urges. So we do find out he's a serial killer, like, pretty early on.
Oh, I didn't read that.
Right.
But it's at the end of episode 1. Yeah.
At the very, And then beginning of episode 2, first of all, Domhnall Gleeson's character is Sam. Sam treats him well for a prisoner. And I'm thinking, chain me to a bed and bring me different ethnic takeout every day. It's a sweet deal.
You would love that. Yeah.
Oof, I'm not mad at that. So Sam takes out a box and goes, here. And he takes out this big box and goes, don't worry, it's not a head or anything. And Carell goes, well, that's a relief. And so I just like that there are those moments that are slightly lighter. I mean, it's heavy stuff. It's not a comedy by any means, but
it's not heavy like in a way that I'm like, what am I doing wasting my time watching this? For me, like it doesn't make me feel dark and desolate and like the world is hopeless and everyone's cruel. It feels fun. I actually wrote down, the killer is so funny and so good. Like, he's so funny. They have so much, it's not like in a highbrow comedy way, but you're so tense watching this thing. They do manage to add levity. This guy's funny, the way that he thinks, his matter-of-factness about being a serial killer, the fact that they made him an investigator for the Department of Health is so damn funny that he has one of those jobs that you would imagine, like, aside from a meter maid, is a job that would make you want to kill people, you know?
Right. Well, that brings up an actual question I had. So he says, like, this guy pissed me off and I want to kill him. He was smug. He treated me terribly. He just, something about him and I want to kill him. And right, that's where we are. Haven't you felt that way before in your life many times where somebody just like gets under your skin and you just,
One time. Only one time where I was seriously like, I could murder that person.
Can I hear the story?
It's not much of a story. I mean, it's not Is
it me?
No. It's pretty classic, actually. No, I would trap you in a basement. It's different.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
God, would you bring me Greek takeout?
I would make you podcast with me all day. And of course I would bring you Greek takeout. You could get certified as a life coach and post yourself online and hope that somebody would like stalk you and then trap you in a basement and feed you Thai food.
It's a long road to hoe. I think I'll just order Thai food.
But you can't be a quitter.
Okay.
So, oh wait, what was I saying before that?
So when you had rage and wanted to kill someone.
Oh, yeah. It was when I had a boyfriend. We weren't even together for that long. And I kind of was like, I don't think this isn't long term. We were having a really good time, but I didn't, so I knew at some point I would probably have to break up with him because it was fun, but it wasn't like forever. So I knew a breakup was coming. And I was just sort of like, when do you do it? I'm still having a good time, so we'll see. And then he broke up with me. And I had not had that happen before. And it was this crazy thing. I became an insane person because in my head I was like, we're going to break up with him eventually. But I think it's because he did it first. And I was like, wait a minute. Sure. What are you doing breaking up with me? I'm like the greatest thing that ever happened to you. What?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is how women get hysterical. Like I was like, this is when you could actually watch somebody die. I was so angry that he did that. I to make myself feel better, imagined horrible deaths for him. Horrible deaths.
Wow.
Yeah. In a fun, lighthearted, comedy with Bette Midler kind of way. Oh, for our younger listeners, Bette Midler is a comedic actress.
So topical.
From the 1940s.
Yeah. That's so funny that yours had actual relevance because mine is more like I experience this kind of obsessive rage every day.
What?
But it's, every day. But it's over things like people who say, kind of, sort of too much while they speak. Or I watched football all day yesterday and a guy who's talking on camera and he says, oh, Mahomes is having a great day. He threw for 3 touchdowns in the first half. And they make that growly noise. Chris Berman started this trend. And when I hear that, I get like, oh, if I had the ability to shoot through my TV and kill you, I get rage. Goes away fast. I don't hang on to it and have to kidnap a therapist yet. But those little things get me so angry so fast.
So if you're in person with someone doing that, have you ever had to refrain yourself from choking them with your free hand?
I refuse to answer on the grounds it may incriminate me.
Wow, that's really interesting.
Yeah. There's a lot of rage over little things.
Yeah, the only two things that ever used to drive me crazy, which are no longer a thing, one was a busy signal.
Oh, nice. The universe took care of that.
And you call and there's a busy signal. Hated that. But the second one was late trains. And I don't live in New York anymore. So waiting for a train that just doesn't come, by the time that train was coming, I was tipping over, ready to throw myself in front of it because I could not control how angry I was that train was late. But nothing else really. I'm just such a gentle flower, I just grow.
You are.
In the
You're
world.
very forgiving and open, and I'm very judgmental and hate everybody for everything. But then I don't actually do anything about it.
That's good. I'm going to say that's good. You should keep that on trend.
I think so.
The other thing that I wrote about the show that I think you'll understand about me, and I'm wondering if you feel the same, I want the serial killer's house.
Oh, no. It reminds me of the one from Capturing the Friedmans.
Oh.
Did you ever see the documentary? Like that Long Island house where we don't know what was going on in that basement?
Oh, yeah.
I don't like the house. I don't like the environment. I don't like the feel.
I love it's sort of like, the TV version of mid-century. It's like a lodge feel, surrounded by lots of green in the middle of nowhere so no one can hear you scream.
Right.
Yeah. I love it.
I don't like the house. So we like opposite things about the show, but we both seem to like the show.
Oh, it's great. And I'm going to I can't wait to watch the next one. That's my favorite. We watched Yellow Jackets. Did we talk about Yellow Jackets?
Not in any official capacity.
Did you watch it?
I did.
Yeah. It was dark. It's just really dark.
Yeah.
And it was weird and really dark. And Patrick wanted to keep watching it, but it wasn't like that. Oh my God, can we watch another one? This is I cannot wait to see the next one.
Good.
Yeah. Yep. Really good. Good stuff.
I am excited for our game. So let's just get it out of the way. This is like a 4.25 man jobs for me. How about for you?
I gotta be honest. I'm gonna give it 5, and here's why. I enjoy a half-hour drama. Oh boy, am I glad that they made those episodes like 23 minutes. So there's a nice clean cliffhanger. It was just enough story. Like they broke the mold, and it's small and it's I love it. I love everything about it. 5.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, real good.
Oh, I'm so happy.
I know.
Okay, well, before I psychoanalyze you.
Yeah.
Let's let everybody know that our podcast, The Mandcave, is a production of True Story FM. Engineering by Pete Wright. Music by Ian Post. Please, please, please give us 5 stars. Leave us a fancy review, and we will give you a shout out on the next episode.
Yes, we will. We love to whore ourselves out for our fandies. If you want to become a fandy, you already said, go to mancave.com/fandy, and you can be part of the community. You can also talk to us on Discord. Did you get your Discord fixed yet? Is that up and running yet?
No, I got to. Pete, I got to.
Yeah, it's still real fun up in there. Love having chats on the Discord, or you can reach out to us on social media. I'm at Mandy Fab, and Mandy Clavens is at Mandy_Kaplan_Clavens. You can reach out to us there. And also get your cozy t-shirts, mugs. It's birthday season coming up 9 months after Valentine's Day. It's a big one. Big time of year. Your birthday's coming up. Maybe you'll get a nice new sweatshirt in the mail along with my heartfelt written letter. And you just go to mancave.com/merch and check out all our merch.
Boom.
Yeah.
That was nice and clean.
Yep.
So, Mandy, did you know that psychoanalyst Carl Jung identified numerous archetypes, character models, which help to shape our personalities and which we aspire to be more like?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to test your personality and find out which one of the main Jungian archetypes you match the closest.
Okay, great.
With this test.
Is badass one of them?
I don't know what they are yet.
Oh.
We're going to find out.
Oh, we're doing it together. Okay.
Well, no, I'm going to psychoanalyze you.
Okay.
Answer the following questions as honestly as you can, please, to review your archetype results.
Okay.
So far, there are a lot of questions. We're going to go like a lightning round.
Okay, great. Mm-hmm.
Not too much debate. So, there are a lot. The answers, I think, are going to stick with strongly agree. Agree.
Yep.
Neutral, disagree, strongly disagree. Are we ready?
Yep. So, strongly agree, Emmys, neutral, disagree. Got it.
Strongly Emmys.
Got it.
Are we ready? Okay. I try to see myself in other people's shoes.
Strongly agree.
Okay. I just asked you to be truthful and right out the gate. Okay. I feel sorry for people in a worse situation than myself.
Oh, yeah. Agree.
Friends often turn to me for advice.
Agree.
I sometimes find that I'm feeling sorry for myself.
Well, I mean, okay, strongly agree, but like who doesn't? It's not like I'm supposed to feel shame about that.
I enjoy imaginative stories.
Strongly agree, especially about feeling sorry for myself. Yep.
I often experience unbelievable dreams.
Oh, agree.
I like to stand out in a crowd.
In a crowd, just in a crowd or like on a stage? Because it's different. You know what I mean?
It is different. So, I mean, I would assume like in a room when you're in the crowd.
Oh, agree. Neutral, agree. Somewhere in between there.
I make impulsive purchases.
No, I strongly disagree.
That is not my Mandy Fabian. I often worry for others.
I still haven't bought a sofa. I strongly disagree.
I often worry for others.
No. Disagree. I don't worry.
I don't like to burden people with my problems.
Oh. Don't like to burden. I mean, what's a burden? You know what I mean? Like, are we working it out together? Am I burdening you? Don't like to burden you with my problems. Neutral. I'm going to go with neutral. Because
I make time to spend with friends and family.
Yeah, strongly agree.
I often make charitable donations.
Strongly agree.
I see myself as quite a patient person.
Oh, strongly agree. Yeah.
I like to be alone with my thoughts at times.
Strongly agree.
I'm often the last to decide when ordering at a restaurant.
Yeah, okay. Strongly agree. Fine. Whatever.
And are you answering for me too? And you're like, Kaplan is always the first. Because she has looked up the menu days in advance.
Yeah. Did you take this test before? Because I'm curious to know what your archetype is, but go ahead.
I have not, but I'm happy to take it.
Yeah.
And reveal the results next week.
Great.
I make time to listen to other people's problems.
I strongly agree.
In games, winning is my main objective.
Strongly disagree.
People rely on me to fix problems.
Agree.
In a discussion, I argue until people come around to my viewpoint.
Strongly disagree.
I don't like to be outdone.
Well, that's probably agree. I'd say I agree. Probably not. And who likes that? What does that even mean?
Right?
Outdone.
I find myself trying to beat my personal achievements.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean,
sorry.
It always has to be the next best music festival. You know what I mean?
Right. I set personal goals, such as New Year's resolutions.
Strongly agree. Guilty. Guilty.
I need more time in the day to do what I need to do.
Who doesn't?
I don't.
I'll strongly agree. Sure, why not? I don't know. Agree.
I think of myself as a hard worker.
Strongly agree. Yeah.
Finders keepers is a fair rule. That's a weird one.
That is weird. They're trying to see if I'm a psycho. It won't work. Finders keepers is fair. I'm going to say neutral.
Neutral. Yeah, no, I would say there's exceptions, and it's like, oh my God, but if I lost something, I would want the finder to say, here, I found it. It's yours again.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah. There's nothing wrong with telling white lies.
Oh, I strongly disagree.
I am often suspicious of other people.
Wait, maybe I should just say disagree. Maybe not strongly. But well, we can't go back. Okay. Wait, what? I'm often suspicious of other people?
Suspicious of other people.
No, I strongly disagree.
The best policy is honesty.
I agree with that. Strongly agree. Yeah. I mean,
people tend to laugh.
Better.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's just better. It's better. But I think also white lies are kind of unavoidable. I'm listening to that Way of Integrity book again, reading that again. I'm like, God, that's really...
brother.
No, it's interesting. She's very interesting. Go ahead.
People tend to laugh with me rather than at me.
Who knows? I have no idea. Maybe both? I don't know. It's both. Neutral.
You mustn't take life too seriously.
Oh, strongly agree.
I enjoy a good laugh.
Strongly agree.
I work to live rather than living to work.
Sure. Yeah, strongly agree. What's work?
I find it easy to adjust to new situations.
Strongly agree. I feel like I'm going to be I'm going to win this test.
So far, I think you're doing great.
I'm a wonderful person.
And it's almost done.
Great.
I like to have a schedule to work by.
Oh, I need one. I would like to have one, but my brain doesn't really do it. So I'm going to say neutral because I would desperately love to have one and I can't seem to make my brain do it.
At one point in our friendship, you were like, I need you to sit down and make me a schedule.
I legitimately
did that.
No, I still need it. I still need you to do it. I need to sit down.
I would do it anytime.
All right. Well, after this podcast, that's what we're doing. So don't go anywhere.
Okay.
And come over and braid my hair for the Emmys. Okay.
I consider myself to be fashion conscious.
Blech, strongly disagree.
To progress in life, one must follow the rules.
Strongly disagree.
Submit answers.
I'm an angel.
Your self-archetype. The innocent child. Naive, but a breath of new life and fresh ideas. Your inner self-archetype is that which closest matches your true personality.
Oh.
Your inner self is primarily influenced by the innocent child.
Oh.
Your persona archetype. The innocent child. It's your outward personality that you project for other people to see does not always match the true self-archetype. Oh, your persona most matches the archetype of the Joker.
Sure. That makes sense. Yeah. Innocent child.
Innocent child and Joker.
Well, I mean, it tracks. That makes sense to me.
I'm gonna find out what. Oh, and then like Wise Old Man, you had a lot of Wise Old Man in there.
I did?
Great Father, you had a lot of.
I was a good father?
Yeah.
God, my kids are lucky.
So, okay,
Very
Innocent
cool.
Child, Joker. I'm going to see what I get for next week.
Okay, good. All right, so here's what we're going to watch. So I think I sealed the deal. I may have told you that I watched this, but I can't remember if we talked about it.
If you mention a Norwegian subtitled long movie, I'm not going to be happy with you.
Nope,
Okay.
still don't remember what that was called. Gonna have to go back and go check that out. No, but this is a movie that I really, truly enjoyed, and I think you're gonna hate it. But you might not. But I will say it has nudity in it.
Yeah, it does.
And it is also very much one of those COVID, we made this in one room with a couple people kind of movies. And it's very talky. So I wonder if you're going to love it or hate it. And I suspect you're going to hate it. But it is, I hope you haven't watched it. Good luck to you, Leo Grande.
I cannot wait to see it.
Did you watch it?
Yes.
Oh, no. Well, should we talk about it next week then? Or do you want me to assign you something else?
Audible, if something strikes you, let me know.
All right. Okay. All right. We'll watch it. We'll talk about it for next week. Or I'll send you the new thing.
Okay. Oh, it's a mystery.
Yeah.
See, we've learned from The Patient to end on a cliffhanger.
That's right.
Well, I will see you next week to talk about something.
Probably good luck to you, Leo Grande, though. So good. All right. See you next week.
Love you.
Love you.